on. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Theory of Relatives podcast. This is episode number 2. I am Relative Alex, aka Funzy. What's going on, y'all?
I'm Relative Derek.
Relative Nick.
This is Greg, aka A9G.
Relative Reg.
And we have a special guest today. We have another family member here, another relative. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, I go by the name of DJ AZ, Mr. See It to Believe It. Relative Dim.
Welcome. Like we said, this is the episode 2 of the podcast. Thank you for joining us. Today we have a couple topics. Today we're going to talk about Kanye West wants to date an artist and somebody creative. Then we have Justin Timberlake purposely wanting to plan the wardrobe malfunction. Then we're going to go into a debate on who's better, Jamie Foxx or Will Smith, who has better range. And then possibly a couple other topics. All right. Now, does anybody want to go ahead and start with tell people what's kind of going on with the Kanye West wanting to date somebody?
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to start, being that I'm like the special guest. I'm gonna definitely start this off by saying I am pro Kanye musically.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Any personal decisions anybody makes with their life is on them, and how their consequences come back is totally their business. But I am super pro Kanye with music. Now, as far as him dating, I don't think he necessarily needs to, right? Like, a lot of people question the fact that when they were dating, was it like an image thing at first? You know what I mean? Was it for the money? Was it just for imaging? They clearly have a family now. He seems to be a great father. I don't think he needs to really date an artist. He has the money. He doesn't need the popularity. You know what I'm saying? He could date anyone at any time. He's Kanye West. So, I don't think Kanye should date an artist right now. I don't think it does anything for his career. It doesn't bring more talk. It's just going to be looked at as something to be backlash towards him and Kim. Bro, live your life. You're dang near 50, or if not 50. You made the money. Get back to the music. And let's, give me some stuff that I can play in the club, man. You need to get back to this.
Boss, I agree. I absolutely agree, man.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Because definitely, if he, I like the thought of dating an artist. Maybe trying to get his creative juices going again. Probably, when you're with Kanye West, when you're going through something like this and you're going through the divorce, I don't think you need to just jump right back into something. Go ahead and, get your mind right. Relax for a little bit, see what's going on. You hear he's going through mind problems with the mental disorder. So get the help first and then come back to the dating game. Give you some time to relax.
Well, you kind of touched on something. Now, when it comes to artists and that are public with relationships and breakups, Kanye himself, he with the Amber Rose thing back in the day, we got a great album from him based on that breakup. So, I'm not foreshadowing that I hope anything. You know what I mean? I just musically, I want to see him get the job done. I know he can. So maybe, marriage was possibly a bigger distraction in how to balance a family life, his mental condition, his children, and being the Kanye that everybody wants him to be. So, maybe now this opens a different window for him. Maybe he has a little more time to release that music that we want, that we need, that Kanye juice. You know what I'm saying? What if a relationship between him and Hove get back together good?
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe, hey, what if we get another Watch the Throne 2? Like, how many people wouldn't want that? You know what I mean?
I'd be interested in that.
Man.
Wasn't that one of his projects?
That was the
projects that
Kanye
didn't materialize.
Which one?
Well,
Watch the Throne 2 and Cruel Summer 2, I think.
Cruel Summer 2. I'm there for that too. Bring it all on.
Could you imagine the sampling game back to par? He has a story to tell again. Now
That's
something.
the main thing I'm worried about. Get back to the samples, please, man. That
Yeah.
it never went away. You were at the forefront of it. You know, come on, man. We need albums 1 through 4 Kanye back. Let's go.
You know, and I think that's where people, well, the public kind of like, in general, when it comes to music now, we enjoy the music, but you know, records are shorter. Our attention span is a little lighter to how the song is. We get no more 3 verses. You know what I'm saying? So if
Right.
you know, like if he or himself, Kanye, or any artist right now doesn't really give you something behind the music, you're not really interested in it, right? You know, if there's no, at least the public eyes, you know, me personally, I don't care. But you know, you turn on Instagram to get the hottest song, but then you also get the backstory to that artist, you know, like, so, you know, this gives him a story to tell. Maybe it's not for everybody to know and he could shadow it a little more, but you know, this gives him some type of, you know, push. A Boogie is going through the same thing right now. What if A Boogie comes out with a banger because he's going through his breakup? You know, they kind of has this trend with hip hop artists and breakups with that. So, you know what I mean? Not hoping everybody breaks up with everybody. Do your thing out here, but you know, just gonna give me something to play in these clubs, man. I'm for it.
I mean, we just had a recent breakup, and then Quavo and Sweetie, and then he released a song. What did you?
The little snippet.
The
You
joke.
know what? You know what's
Taking
crazy?
back the car.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I'm completely honest. I don't know much about that situation. I know there was I think she was in an interview she did or something like that. She gave out some information. I said something, and then the next day they broke. I don't really know how the story went or why it went that way. And then there was like an elevator scene or something like that. But
okay,
that's what I'm
the
saying.
thing
Like,
happened like in December.
okay,
It just got released.
okay, but this is what I'm saying though. You see now, all of this is becoming like little climactic things leading up to what's Quavo gonna say in his song. Like, does that really mean that the song is hot? Or do you really care for the backstory? You know what I'm saying? Like, so but that, you know, hey, if the music is gonna be fire,
It's gonna be fire.
it's
Okay.
gonna be fire, man. The public is gonna eat it up regardless. So, you know what
I
I'm saying?
mean, yo, these days though, it seems as if the drama behind the music is more important than the music itself now. You know what I mean? Because like going back to how you're saying the attention span of people have become shorter and shorter. So the song you know the songs, we're no longer getting 3-verse songs. But that's the thing. These songs are so short because there's no real substance behind it. So they have to create a narrative. So when they do drop a song, people just go to get, you know, a little bit more what you call it. I guess I don't want to use the word tea, but I guess I'll say tea. I hate that fucking word, but
Nah, but yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
a little more tea. And you know, this isn't anything new. Know what I mean? This is nothing new. I mean, it may be kind of new for hip hop, but the shit really isn't new. Like artists get together and break up all the time, and then they build a whole fucking thing around it, and then you drop music afterwards. It happened
True. But now we're getting it visually. Now we're getting, you know what I mean? Like, instead of it being he said, she said stories, we're getting the nitty gritty in it by seeing visuals. So now Quavo can't be in his rap like, lying ass bitch, I ain't push you in the elevator. Like, no, nigga. We saw it, bro. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, again, not touching specifically on anybody, but you know, these situations is creating storylines that people, like you said, are more interested in. So why not give them what they want to hear and be able to make your millions from it and be, you know what I mean? Make it worth your while.
Speaking of storylines, speaking of storylines with the whole artists manipulating their breakup, segueing into Justin Timberlake, that's what him and Britney Spears did back in the day. When they broke up, they finessed that whole story arc in to release their albums, and that's when he had Timberland,
Cry Me a River.
Yeah. That's all about Britney, and then Britney kind of elevating her, giving herself a little more edge, kissing Madonna at the MTV Awards, and then he had to respond
forgot
with the
about
Janet.
that.
Now, could you imagine if all of that was on Instagram? If we had Instagram at the time and you were able to like see the backstory unfold, and they were able to like make posts and comment, you would sit there. It would be like a theatrical thing.
Technically, that's what the tabloids did.
You know what I mean? It's like
yes.
as opposed to you really having to go deep into it. Because back in the day, people whoever was in hip hop and involved in hip hop, if you didn't have that culture instilled in you, you got it when you heard it. You know what I mean? If you were the street dude, you went out and looked for it. You needed to know what the current events were and what was happening, because certain artists can't be in the same room with certain artists. We didn't have cell phones or text messages to be like, yo, bro, this is what's going down. You got to be careful out here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like that, like I think one of the topics is Justin and them purposely doing that whole thing.
Yeah.
That's where, you know, went to. So after what had happened with, you know, Britney kissing Madonna, Justin felt like he had to up the ante. And the move was to go ahead and have this malfunction happen at the Super Bowl. But I mean, you know, a lot of people saw that. We all knew, like, hey, wait a minute, there ain't no damn malfunction.
Okay.
On that clean ass break.
I'm gonna have you get by the end of this song.
Yo, let me ask y'all, right? What did that really do? Like, what did it like? Like, did it didn't make Justin bigger than what it was, and it didn't make Janet bigger than who she was. You know what I mean? Like,
set them back.
Like it kind of was like,
no,
like,
it didn't.
Okay, like when you look back at it,
Janet back.
Yeah, well, yeah, it set Janet
it did,
back.
it did.
Yeah.
But Janet was always that sexual. I don't know, man. It's just the way things get flipped into a different narrative for me that I always question it in a different way. Because if she did that in a music video, would you necessarily have a problem with it? But it's because this is the most televised thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just don't get.
I'll drop it to you. Look at it. You got to look at it from this perspective. You have a black woman being exposed on national television, right? And, you know, essentially getting, you know, put out there. Now, when the blame came and people were upset and there were fines drawn, they put all the blame on her. You know, oh, this black woman, it was her, she did this, it's her, you know, thing or whatever. And Justin walked away and didn't say a word. You know what I'm saying? He just walked, I don't know what happened. And he played, you know, completely clueless. And he got the popularity off that and still went to ride on and do his thing. And he really blew up, leaving Janet, you know, to dry.
I get that. But yeah, man, I'm so glad that we have. I'm kind of glad that we have Instagram now.
It's gimmicks. There's no artistry behind that stuff.
I love Instagram, guys. I love Instagram.
So do I. Fat asses all day.
Well, all right.
No. But yo, I mean,
it's controversy. But yeah, no, I do Instagram. Instagram
controversy
is,
for the sake of attention.
Yes, Instagram is like a huge magazine, man.
Whatever,
the algorithm is crazy in it, bro. Whatever you want comes out. I love that. But okay, not to drift off, but yeah. So D-Man, you know, I'll let you tell it what it is, bro. Where we going next with it, man?
Does anybody have anything else left with the Justin?
I just want to say.
I wanted to.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
Okay, now I wanted to make my comment about Kanye. Because Justin, I ain't gonna say what I want to say about Justin Timberlake, but Kanye though, him wanting to date an artist, I honestly think he should just be surrounded by muses and not worry about dating another artist. I don't know this, and really, like, does he mean he wants to date a popular artist or just an artistic woman?
Like
what is he looking for?
Dresses extra bohemian. And, you know, paints.
Maybe a corny,
you know what I'm saying? And wears flowers around their head all the time.
It looks like he's trying to
guys. We are pro Kanye in here. Let's not do that.
Nah,
but if that woman helps him get back to the samples,
I really think I think the post is saying he wants an artist, somebody that's creative, somebody that you know can, you know, give his juices get going again, you know. His creative juices.
You see how like, yo, bro, he put this out, like he said this publicly. Like,
at least this was a post on Shade Room, or did he said that? Somebody please correct me.
Probably referred to it. Like, there's no way people would have said this. Be like, how y'all know what Kanye's thinking? So he probably mentioned this.
Okay. I thought this was something we were talking about.
Oh no! I think he mentioned that. Yeah.
Oh, he mentioned that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I think we have to take into account too. Kanye is a very sensitive and emotional person. That's not a dig on him.
They all are.
Yeah,
Wait,
but we're talking about Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
all right, but
So
has Kanye
you
ever
know that's
dated an
just.
artist? I don't think Kanye has ever dated an artist.
I
Nah.
don't even think it
No,
matters. I
Alexis
think
was
he
a regular
needs.
person.
I
Yo,
think
for
he
real,
just
if he
needs
wants to,
somebody that's supportive. That's what he needs. And coming out of his relationship with Kim, which is very celebrity oriented, very look at me oriented, I
Yeah.
think right now, for all the ups and downs that he's had, he needs somebody that's not about that. And his last two relationships, the two women he was with were very, I'm not going to call them out their name because I don't know their lives, but they were very about the celebrity life. Amber Rose is that type of, she is that person. I dated many rappers, very look at me kind of career. Kim Kardashian, same deal.
I
So I
liked
think
Kim
it's time
Kardashian for
for
Kanye.
him to, I
me
think it's
too.
time for him to move away from that because it doesn't seem, like I said, I only know speculation. We only know the bits and pieces of gossip, and that's not always true. But I think for all the ups, the meltdowns that he's had, I think he needs somebody that can help him stay a little more centered and enjoy what he
Grounded.
actually does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like, and I'm not making this a judgment on Kim or anything like that, because obviously they had a strong connection. That's why they were together for so long. But I think he's kind of veered off, and I think it's the celebrity more so than their relationship. I don't think that attention is healthy for him. He doesn't seem to react well to that. I think he's like a sensitive soul. They like to be loved, they like to be praised, and they like to exchange with people that see the world the way they do. But when you're dealing with a business that's very narcissistic, very critical, he doesn't react very well to it. And when you think outside the box, and you get that criticism, it comes piling back on you, you don't handle it well. And hence the numerous meltdowns he's had back to back to back over the years. So whoever he dates, they have to not be worried about being the Kim and Kanye couple, celebrity couple. They have to be like, yo, I'm just down for you. Like, hopefully that person has their own life, but when it comes to what binds them, she's down for him, and that's it.
Right. Because you think the cameras being on the Kardashians 24/7 played any
Hell
issue?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
You're
Very
bipolar
toxic
and with
environment.
manic depressive episodes. Hell no. That I can't imagine that being that being healthy for anybody with those type of mental illness. Hell no.
And yo, real shit, the way Kanye fucking despises paparazzi, and then in the Kardashian family, they basically use the paparazzi as another arm of their business, yo.
Pretty much.
That's not a good mix, man. You know what I mean? That shit ain't a good mix. But really, Kanye just need a regular chick that's a freak like Kim. That's it. That's what he needs. He'll be all right.
Whatever that is. And I don't want to know.
Well, shit.
That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. So, all right. So now we're here to the hard debate. Who do you think is better? Who do you think has more range? So from movies to music, let's go into it. Jamie Foxx versus Will Smith. Who do you guys going for?
Oh man, you can't do music because Jiggy with it, okay, was okay. You can't even
Miami changed your life.
Miami.
Okay, that was life changing. Okay, I had a dance.
Nah,
Stop it.
Summertime alone.
Summertime. Yes,
summertime.
summer.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Y'all want to talk about music? Y'all want to talk about music?
All right.
Jamie
I
Foxx
thought we were
is
just gonna do
classically
movies,
trained.
but
Yeah, well, Jamie Foxx is classically trained. Right? He can actually legit sing.
Of course, yeah.
And he can write his own lyrics. Summertime was written by Rakim. The entire Big Willie style was written by Nas. Jamie Foxx got that shit, man. All right, period.
So you feel like raw talent?
Damn, you just put Will in the bag, bro.
Damn.
I think about it. I remember
but
a while
Jamie
ago
has
with
more
Rakim,
raw talent to you.
he had mentioned that. He had mentioned, for a while that, hey, when I listen to Will, especially on his earlier stuff, I hear myself.
Rakim said that?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
And he felt like,
sounds like him.
Will bit most of his style.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he said it flatteringly. He said it lovingly, though. He didn't say like, "Oh, he stole from me." He kind of said like, "Yeah, I can tell I inspired him So at least that's how I took it from the interview. It wasn't like, oh, this nigga bit my shit and he's eating off of me. He didn't.
But
that wasn't his tone at all.
It is something to think about when you look at it. Like, okay, and you say, you know, in terms of range, Will made a lot of money, but when we look at the range of Jamie Foxx, I mean, Jamie Foxx legitimately, without aid, can do it all.
Agreed.
Yeah, word.
I'll give you that.
I think Will is always going to be the popular kid at the party that everybody is going to mess with. But if you really think about it, who really holds it down, who can do it all, Jamie Foxx.
That's fair.
Legitimately funny.
That's
legitimately fair. is an artist.
Stand-up comedian. Yeah, Will Smith is
that's not easy to be.
He was on a funny show. Yeah.
Stand-up is not as easy. What's good?
What you got, Easy?
Nah, I'm taking this all in, man. I'm gonna sit back and just absorb this one.
Don't incriminate yourself, man. Don't incriminate
yourself.
Yeah, opinions are allowed, man.
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean. Those is two dudes that's on a Mount Rushmore on two separate mountains. So I can't. I don't know.
So,
that's tough. That's tough.
So musically, go ahead, Nikki.
No, I said at the end of the day, it's like, apples for oranges. Ain't nobody's gonna outshine the other one. Like, they're both extremely successful. So if you're more artistic, okay, Jamie has the more of the raw talent, but Will Smith has enough of the manpower and likability to be in the same lane. So they're evenly killed, the both of them. Now, people may have a preference more for Jamie because, yes, he's classically trained. He's more musical, so he's the source of the talent. But Will is also a good filter, and that counts too. People forget that. It's like, there are talented ass people, and their shit don't translate for everybody. Not to say that that's Jamie's issue at all, but having likability so that you can filter music through him to be able to take somebody else's lyrics and make it work and likable. That's a skill too. It is.
Agreed.
I can recite rocking shit, sound like an egg on a track, or whatever an egg sounds like. But you know what I'm saying? He has skill. He knows how to say the verse, make people like him and interact. That's a skill too. And Will Smith is no slouch by any means. He can act dramatically. He can be funny. He can be
action movies. He can do it all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So overall, we're saying Jamie, but let's put them in separate categories. We know musically, we're gonna give it to Jamie. Now, movies.
He has an Oscar. You can't beat that. That's not up for debate. Does an Oscar really mean solidify you as you're the top, you're the best, you automatically win?
It depends.
Yes.
It depends.
It's a gold star.
Nobody talks about Ray. Everybody that says it don't matter don't got one. Okay, that's the same thing with championship rings. Okay, I was a great ball player that never won a ring. Charles Barkley. Okay, you can have stats all day, but
so if you're an artist,
those stats help you get a ring.
If you're an artist and never had a platinum record, is the same thing for you?
Or a Grammy?
Or a Grammy, or a Grammy,
or a Grammy.
Because the Grammy bullshit a lot of the time.
Don't get me wrong,
a lot of bullshit ass Grammy wins out there.
That's true too.
That's what I was about to say.
And bullshit
a lot of niggas who don't deserve rings that sat on that bench, boy. So, like the training staff got rings too, kids. You know what I'm saying? So let's be fair.
You're right.
I don't know.
This is subjective.
That's crazy.
Okay, when we say
that's a great argument. I'm not saying the point. That's a great point to make, but again, dang man, that's tough.
But, movies,
I think it's tough to do.
Movies is tough because cultural impact. Yeah. Ray, the thing he actually won that Oscar for, it was an incredible movie. He did an outstanding job. You could say, hey, look. He outshone a lot of people, especially the guys who was nominated that year. That's really impressive for him to do.
Okay, all right. So I don't know who are the nominations that year, right? But let me ask if it comes to when it can't, because he portrayed somebody, right? He had to play Ray Charles, right? So how did his performance play up to Will's performance with Ali?
With Ali.
Neck and
Will
neck.
lost.
Me.
Reg, take
Neck
it away.
and neck.
Was it really?
You know what I mean? Because to me, Ali was, and don't get me wrong, I've seen actors play Ali recently. I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie One Night in Miami.
One Night in
Yeah, I like
Miami.
that movie.
Yeah, I did not like
Amazing
that.
movie. You didn't like it?
I liked it.
Yeah,
A lot of people didn't like the portrayal because they felt that it wasn't genuine to the characters and how they
Which
would
I
act in real
understand.
life.
I did
A lot
like
of
the movie.
people would too.
Now to go back, I seen actors play Ali, but I don't know if I've seen actors play it like Will.
Yeah, word.
I don't
He
know.
embodied them. He embodied Ali,
like-
yo.
There were at times where I've never got to see Muhammad Ali growing up, so there were at times where I kind of really thought, yo, was that an Ali clip? Was that, or is that really like Will right here? Like, what's going on? You know, but Ray was an amazing performance as well. So I just would like to know, how do you guys feel about when they're how do they stand up against each other?
Okay.
Ray for me.
It would have to be Ray.
Yeah.
It's neck and neck for me.
Okay,
It's neck and neck. Because
Ali.
Will Smith definitely, yo, he even sounded like Ali. Like,
yeah, like
he even legit
got-
sounded like that, like him. I go ahead.
and also, Jamie had to perform some of those songs,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Will
His
also
voice.
had to train for those fights. So it's kind of
Neck to neck.
But you got to remember, Jamie sat with Ray and learned how to play just like him, so that when they showed his fingers on the keys, they moved just like he did it.
Yeah.
He had to learn how to walk blind.
That's how good it is.
Yo, and I remember watching an interview, and Jamie Foxx legit blindfolded himself for like 2 weeks so he can know what it felt like to be a blind person.
To move like a blind person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive stuff.
Yeah. But
let me name you the nominees for that year that he won it. He beat out Don Cheadle for Hotel Rwanda.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Johnny Depp for Finding Neverland. Leo DiCaprio as Howard Hughes in The Aviator, and Clint Eastwood in $1 Million Baby. You gotta give it to
all
him.
stellar performances.
Yeah, those were solid.
I'm not,
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good lineup.
Yo, I mean, honestly,
Yeah. Hotel Rwanda is kind of tough to beat.
What?
Yo, honestly, the only thing I'm disappointed is that he just beat another black dude, but the black dude beat a whole bunch of other white dudes, so fuck it. I don't care.
Oh my god!
I want to see everybody that's black win.
Okay.
It's an edit scene. Edit clip. Put that for the BTS clip.
I mean, Johnny Depp. I don't know. I don't remember. What was that? What was the movie? Finding Neverland?
Finding Neverland.
Finding Neverland. Yeah, I didn't see
Who
that
did he play
either.
again? Who
The guy who wrote Peter Pan. I don't know his
Okay,
name.
nobody gives a fuck about that dude. And who did Leonardo? What the fuck is his name? Leo DiCaprio?
Yeah, he did Howard Hughes in The Aviator. That I saw. That was a really good movie.
That movie was tough, son. I don't hate on Leo.
That was tough.
We're not about to talk about Leo here.
Nah, son. I don't hate.
Walk out of here right now.
Nah, I don't hate on no man.
We don't
who
talk
always
about
got
Leo in here,
next
guys.
to him, yo.
that whole lineup those are like rock stars,
heavy hitters,
rock stars, all of them.
Yeah, he beat some heavy hitters, but
no, yeah, that's impressive.
Those are heavy hitters.
Yeah, he beat some heavy hitters. I mean, it's not like yeah, he beat some heavy hitters. But also, I wanted to remind everybody, Jamie Foxx is going to portray Mike Tyson as well.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
So I mean, let's see how his Mike Tyson is, and he was known to do a pretty good impression back in the day.
The impression part I could see. I want to see how the boxing comes out. Like
that's what I'm worried about.
You know, because the style Mike had and the way he moved in the ring,
that
and
peekaboo shit. I want to see all that.
You know what I mean? Like all of that is gonna be that's gonna where it's gonna win me over. Like, oh, okay. You really did your thing here. Like I get that you sound like him and talk like him and maybe make me laugh from that. But like when it comes to, because Mike Tyson's story is a real deep story.
Yeah, very.
You know what I mean? Like we get the comedic version of it, and we get the boxing, but whenever he sits down and you listen to him break it down, that's a tough story. So if he could play that off and get it right for me, then I'll be very, very impressed. Very, very impressed. Like I don't know how much weight he probably got to put on to at least look the size. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how
you know he's gonna do that.
What age is he playing Mike? Because Jamie's 50.
I know they're probably gonna have to use some digital de-aging like they did recently in the Marvel joints.
Yeah, and they look like mannequins with that shit. I'm still not sold.
So tell me, all right. So quickly, just tell me your favorite ones: Jamie Foxx show or the Fresh Prince?
Fresh Prince. NBC's the biggest stage. He crushed it for however many seasons. WB was like. As beloved as it wasn't, as appealing to, the other demographic. Yeah. So
I mean, Jamie Foxx show honestly is one of those. It's a background show, yo.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? It's a background show.
No shade, but it is compared to Fresh Prince. Come on, son.
Hell no.
The Fresh Prince
and Jamie Foxx,
bro.
Word. And Jamie Foxx show was running at the same time as the Wayans Brothers show. And that show was funny as hell. Nah, son.
Yeah,
this show was getting drowned out. It was just on because it was in a convenient block. It was on at a convenient block of time, so it was just getting like runoff ratings. It wasn't like I don't think it's considered a classic TV show.
It's not it's not as culturally impactful as Fresh Prince. Come on, exactly. Son. In West Philadelphia, and then whoever could finish the rest, like. What are you gonna do for the Jamie Foxx? Here I come, here I go. He's like, no, nobody knows that shit. They're gonna be like, what are you saying? What is that? I don't know this music. Damn.
He was in that West Coast kind of music in that in like the early years of his TV show.
No. Yeah. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, okay?
On the playground,
So Nikki wanted to go into Chet Hanks. Go ahead. Can you?
I gotta go.
Go ahead and lead us into that one, please.
Yeah. Well, I could tolerate like half of 15 seconds of that video. I've seen this run of the mill stuff before. Tom Hanks, between the effed up rumors about him and then his son, he's having a rough time the last year. Just like that poor man.
God.
But Chet with his black people fascination, the patois at the Oscars. Like, man, get a job and get the hell off of the internet, please. We have enough of it. But hey, there could be a sick cult following that'll like his bad music, and they're entitled to like what they want. But I will not be accosting myself and listening to that.
Dim, as a DJ, if somebody say, "Yo, spin that new Chet Hanks, bro," we need to hear that shit. What would your response be?
White boy.
Yo, bro, I'm being completely honest with you. I don't know who he is.
You don't need to know.
I don't know. I've never heard this record. I'm finding all of this right now, bro. I don't know.
Save yourself, then.
I don't know if that's a good or bad thing for me, but as a DJ, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, and now I'm hearing that gratefully, I did not hear this record, and I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna look for it, but I'm gonna stay away from it. I probably wouldn't play it if it's that bad. You know, yo, but again, if the people want to hear it, man, who am I to say?
Right.
You know what I mean?
We don't play that shit. No, get out of here. Get out of here.
Hey, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things that are being played out here that will never get spun by your boy. I'm sorry. But at the same time, I do play for the people. So, if they want to hear Mr. Hank, I'll play Mr. Hank, man. I don't know of this. I don't know anything of this. I don't know anything of this at all.
White boy summer.
Oh God.
Look, man, what I think about it, yo, I don't know, man. Like I can't take it seriously, but the thing is, I've heard music worse music from people than what I've heard. So I ain't going to immediately toss it, but I'm going to toss it anyway. Because get your privileged ass the fuck out of here.
Okay, I thought the same thing. Because you know what, it gave me the same kind of vibe that, you know, and I know we were talking about this like earlier, like a couple days ago. We were talking about Jackie Chan and his son. And how he was owned from, you know, the Jackie Chan empire. Imagine that, you know, the man made over $300 million and his son's not getting anything. Like, done with him. You on your own.
Yeah, but what happened in that crib?
That means that you had to be really spoiled at some point, or you must have been really messing up for your parents to say, "Hey, here's your empire. Bro? Goodbye." No, I'm gonna give it away. You don't deserve it.
That's gotta be parallel.
Yeah. That's a real crazy situation. So what happened in that house for you to get denied that much money, bro? I would have been a perfect little boy.
He was trying to sell weed, distribute weed. He ain't never put no effort in his music. You figure your pops is an action star, so you can be like, all right, yeah, dad, let's train, let's this. Nah, I'm good. I don't want to do that. So you just want to eat. That's it. You want to chill, eat, smoke weed, sell weed. That's it.
I would have been the perfect little boy, yo.
Right?
Like the perfect child. But I mean, you know what? Who's to say, man? When you grow up, all of that shit's probably like so not appealing to you after a while.
Take it for granted.
You got to find something else to get a thrill out of. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You sit at home in your big ass house like, I'm bored. I don't want to jump on my trampoline. All the dude I see on the internet today. Like, I ain't mad at you, boy. Like, we do dumb shit for nothing, and we not even in no big crib. Like,
I mean, what it is, I think, you know, when you grow up too rich, you get bored, and now you want to do weird stuff. That's how you get weird. You know, people that are too rich and they want to go out there and bite women and stab them when they have sex. I'm bored. I want to go do crazy stuff.
To get my thrills up. Regular shit that thrill regular people. Those I don't want to just go to Bahamas. I want to go to Bahamas on a jet with the windows open,
with tigers on it.
Right,
tigers on it.
You jump into a lion's cage and pull its tooth.
If I come out,
why are you doing this?
I want to hit a gorilla in the penis. Weird stuff. I'm like, why would you want to do this? Perfect. I'm bored, and you rich. Why would you want to do this?
Yo, real
boredom
shit though,
and money is dangerous, man.
Real shit though, there is an underground market for like kids that grew up super rich but decide they want to rap. And like, yo, there's freaking Arabian princes out there, or like the children of Arabian royalty, freaking making rap records. And I remember reading one thing when, you know, after Mims died down and all that, and people were talking shit about him. Remember Mims? This is why I'm hot. Yeah, he was talking about how, like, yo, he was paid $1 million for one verse for some prince out there, you know, in the Middle East. Is that the Middle East? I don't fucking know, but you know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't want to just.
Yes, we do.
Yes, absolutely.
But but yo, I'm just saying though, like, just because he's Tom Hanks' son, he might. So there's like two things going on. What I feel that what might happen with him, he won't blow up with the regular people because he's Tom Hanks' son, but he'll blow up with like other super rich people because he's Tom Hanks' son. So. It's just like this weird market for people like that anyway, and he's not the first one. There was a dude down in Miami. His name was Stax, and his dad is super rich, and he just decided he wanted to be a freaking rap star. I knew his DJ and shit. And this dude, I'm talking about, he was so rich, he had the first drop top Rolls Royce in Miami, and they custom made shit. Yeah,
this is Malibu's Most Wanted in real life, yo. This dead ass is the same plot.
Wait, but let me ask you, right? Let me ask.
I'm serious. That's the plot. Rich kid son
That
wants
is
to
true.
be a
Malibu
rapper.
Most Wanted.
It is.
I'm dead ass serious. That is the plot of Malibu's Most Wanted. Like, for
Jamie
real.
Kennedy.
But let me
That's
ask
crazy.
though, is he promoting it like I'm Tom Hanks' son and I rap, or is he just
No.
rapping it?
Yeah, I think he's just rapping it, really.
Yo,
the
there
name of
might
the
be a
song is
lane
like,
for it, bro. There really might be. I mean, because all right, let's say Generation X, right? Right now, they probably don't give two hells who Tom Hanks is. They probably wouldn't even, if we'd be like, yo, you saw Castaway? They'd be like, yeah, the white guy on the beach. They wouldn't know like how we know
That's Gen
Tom
Z.
Hanks. You know what I mean?
Gen Z.
So
Not X.
Gen Z. Sorry, yes, fix that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now, like, if he comes out and he's just rapping, and they don't know him to be the son of this mega movie star, maybe it could work. If it's good quality music, maybe. But I don't know the song, so I don't know.
You know what? I'll admit this to give a difference of opinion. I think some of that shit was ghost written. Because some of them bars on there, I was like, you didn't come up with that shit by yourself. Okay, that was actually clever. Okay, because the name of the song is White Boy Summer.
Now I gotta listen to the whole track.
Yeah, it was like white. It's called White Boy Summer, and then some of them shits, I was like, oh snap, that was actually kind of funny. Okay, that rhymed well. I mean, the beat was trash. I didn't care for the beat, but you know how that goes.
You guys
should sound like an old Paul Wall beat.
Right now.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it sounds very dated. It sounds like something somebody did back in 2008. It was like, oh, you want to beat? Here, take this shit. You know, it's like,
This is my problem with these things. When you see these, these rich folk, they immediately hop on the hip hop bandwagon. And I'm wondering, why are we going to hip hop? There ain't no rock you could get into.
Hip hop is fun.
Yeah. It's always fun. And then they surround themselves with black people. They get really popular. And then once they really start going, all of a sudden they disappear from the scene. And now they're doing something else. But I mean, they used it as a stepping stone towards something else.
Word, right?
He already had his old patois fascination. You know what I'm saying? He was all over the internet.
Yeah. So, and then I think, and we've seen this before, they hop on hip hop. They want to be down. They would dress like they're in it and they're urban all of a sudden. And then they stay like that for a year or two.
Miley Cyrus.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And then as soon as they get real popular, they drop the whole act altogether. And then, it's a whole different thing. You won't find another black person around them, by the time they're 35.
I'll be real with you. I think he's genuine about his wanting to. Well, I think it seems like he's genuine about liking the culture.
Yeah, them tattoos don't
Miley
go.
Cyrus was like that too.
With the twerking in the onesie.
Yeah, we thought she was genuine too.
Yeah, we did thought because she was dating Mike Will Made It. Everyone's like, look, she's even dating us.
Who we talking about? I missed
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus.
Oh man, yo, if you couldn't see she was a poser from 1,000 miles away, man, come on. I mean, it was fun to watch a Disney kid be ratchet, but
quote unquote.
Man, that ain't surprised me that she,
but
all of a sudden.
Same thing. He's doing the exact same thing. He's acting a fool. Dating, black women, getting in really crazy relationships, and
that's one of them is his baby
got the Jamaican flag on his back in the video. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, everything about this reminds me of the Logan Paul guy. I don't know why I keep mixing them up. I don't know who that is.
Because of the same difference.
They got the same look. They pretty much same look.
No.
Same type of deal.
In about 10 years, you won't even know who they are.
Like
they're going to be dating somebody white, and they're going to be in some gated community away from the lights.
Word.
After 3 stints in rehab and whatnot.
But No, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
No, but hip hop to make a point to what you said. Hip hop is the most acceptable culture we have right now. And that goes for anybody. If you could do anything that sounds remotely close to what people want to hear when it comes to rap, especially rap. You know, it's gonna gravitate. It could turn into a TikTok. It could turn into even a laughable thing to make memes about, but it's still gonna be something. So, you know, who's to know what his approach in the future is gonna be when it comes to releasing the records? But you know, if he finds a lane, it's gonna live. You know what I mean? And we are only to blame for that because we allow anything in hip hop, anything. You know what I mean? Like down to like ridiculous nonsense, bro.
Yeah.
And that's my concern. You know, I have a feeling that this is just another, you know, look at cultural appropriation where he's gonna use it as a stepping stone to get real popular, get money, take advantage of folk, and then when he's done with it, and now he's done playing with the toy, he's gonna walk off and not care about anybody else.
Yeah.
And we've seen this with hip hop where, you know, the love is not given back. And, you know, we're sitting here in the middle of all this crisis, especially right now. And, you know, here we got a guy that's taking advantage of the scene that's not really adding to the culture or even helping, but then is going to take that money and then walk off and then disappear and ride off into the sunset. And
bro,
I feel like I'm with it.
Yo, I understand what you're saying with that, but if that's your concern with him, then honestly, the majority of rappers are there just to get attention and get women and get some quick bread and dip. I mean, the majority of the rappers are there for that. So, I mean, the business is already set up for fucking leeches to come in anyway. You know what I mean?
I can understand a black man that doesn't have and is trying to go ahead and get something and get off, but a man that already has, you know, you're literally, you know, American royalty. You know, Tom Hanks, damn near. You know, he's a descendant of Abraham Lincoln.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
For real?
That's a fact? Oh, I'm laughing. Yo, that's a fact.
You know, he's a descendant.
Wow.
You're literally American royalty. Everyone loves you all over the world. You know, at least your father.
Not if you're QAnon.
You'll never go broke. You'll never be hungry in life. And here you are. You come into this, and now, you know, you're taking what could be a scene for somebody else. You know, another, you know, let's be real. And I'm always going to be pro-black. Another black person to come up and do what they do. And here you take and shine. And honestly, I don't know if this is, you know, true love, or is this going to be the toy that you play with for like 5 minutes and then drop and then go off, you know, off somewhere else and disappear.
New country album from Chet Hanks.
You know, or you just disappear. Just completely gone. I don't do this anymore. I'm a different person. I'm sitting, you know, in 10 years, I'm someone else, and I'm writing books about my journey and how tragic it was to go down that route. And I'd never do that, and I wouldn't let my children listen to this music again. This could legitimately happen.
That's true.
It's happened before.
You know, I'm not playing Chet Hanks in the club. I'm not playing him, bro.
You've heard it apparently, huh?
I'm not. I can't do it now. I can't hear all of that and want to go to the club and play it.
Out of principle, you can't do it.
All right, man. We gave Chet too much energy, man. Let's move on from this cornball.
All right.
Well, that's all we got for tonight, guys. This is your host, D-Man, Derek.
I am Relative Alex.
Relative Nick.
This is Greg, aka Non-G.
Yeah, and I'm a special guest, DJ AZ, Mr. See It to Believe It, aka Relative Dip, man.
All right, it's Relative Reg.
All right, boys. It was nice. Have a great night, everyone.
Peace. Later.